Today on Life in Bloom, we're getting outside to the forest and sharing ways to experience a bit of its magic every day. We'll learn about the health and wellness trend of forest bathing and create arrangements including versatile moss. And we'll discover the magical hellebores. I'm J Schwanke. Welcome to Life in Bloom. There is an ancient conversation going on between mosses and rocks. Poetry, to be sure, about light and shadow and the drift of continents. There's something about the forest that evokes a bit of wonder and awe. Perhaps it's the unexpected things we find there. Moss is tenacious. Mushrooms, branches, bark, and stones. A variety of textures. The proper conditions encouraging life and growth on every kind of surface. Perhaps it's that unexpected pop of green, or a delightful texture, or the way the forest provides all different kinds of discoveries. Today on Life in Bloom, we'll explore the gifts of the forest and how to bring nature into your home so you can experience a bit of its magic every day. Have you heard of the concept of forest bathing? It's something people in Japan have been doing for years. They call it Shinrin-yoku. And when I heard about it, I couldn't wait to give it a try. Shinrin in Japanese means forest, and yoku means bath. So Shinrin-yoku means bathing in the forest atmosphere, or taking in the forest through your senses. Forest bathing is simply being in nature and making that connection with all of our senses: sights, sounds, smells, touch, and even taste. Take time to observe and enjoy your surroundings. Leave your devices at home. Unplugging from the modern world lets you de-stress and totally relax. Feel the leaves crunching underfoot. Listen to the songs of the birds. Taste the fresh air. Watch the sunlight dance. Even a short time in nature can help you relax, rejuvenate, think more clearly, and restore energy. Now I'm inspired to create an arrangement reminiscent of the forest. Let's look at some of the elements we can utilize. I love this container because it's a raw concrete container. I've lined it with flower foam so that we can insert our different items into it. I've soaked that foam with water. I've got a wasp nest I found in my own backyard once winter came last year. There was the nest hanging in the tree. So I've got it attached to a branch we'll use in this arrangement. We've also got different types of mosses. There's reindeer moss and regular flat moss, even some lichen. I picked up a few pine cones while I was there, and a piece of bark. We'll utilize those as well. This bird nest got blown out of a tree by a storm, so I picked it up and kept it so I can use it in something like this. Of course, we'll use ferns and other things that look like the foliages we saw in the forest. Maybe we'll even slip a tree into this too. Using live moss in arrangements is fun, but you can also mimic the look of moss in today's project. Textured paint comes in many colors, and this one looks like moss. Spraying it on baskets or containers in random patterns creates a moss-like effect. Once dry, containers can be lined and filled with water or flower foam. Then the flower fun begins. Blooming branches from a snowball bush set the stage for fresh flowers as well as dried flowers in white and green tones. I love arranging flowers on a turntable. This gives me easy access to all sides of the bouquet. Arranging flowers is similar to planting garden pots. I love to include spillers, flowers that reach out of the arrangement and spill out. Thrillers are unique or exotic flowers that cause excitement in the bouquet. And don't forget the fillers, accent flowers like fairy grass, fern fronds, and delicate blossoms that add texture in between the other flowers. It's fun to accent a large arrangement with smaller vases that match and coordinate. Together, they can be used to create a tablescape, or separated, you can share the theme around the house. Candlelight creates ambiance, and these floating candles inside clear bubble bowls are safely nestled into moss-filled pots, decorated with the textured paint. The moss decoration on this cake is a beautiful special effect, but it's also delicious. The secret? Sugar cookies. Yes, you can drink your moss too. Dried sea moss is the ingredient to this tasty non-alcoholic beverage. We start with dried moss. This is typically available at a Caribbean market. And what you do is you soak it overnight. You soak it in 2 cups of water and lime juice. I added a little bit of food coloring so that we have a nice mossy color. Once you've soaked it overnight, you drain it and then add 2 cups of water and simmer it down until you have a jelly-like substance. This is what we'll use to make a beverage. We'll add it to our blender along with cane sugar and evaporated milk. We pureed everything in our blender, and then we'll serve it over ice. We'll add a few drops of bitters. I'm so excited today because I have my niece, Grace Boersma, here, and we are gonna play with Marimo balls.
Yay!
So we share a fascination for these Marimo moss balls.
Very much so.
And the reason that we have chemistry paraphernalia here is because you are a chemistry teacher.
That is yep, that is true.
And the kids love you.
I think so, I think so.
Yeah, they do, because you make chemistry fun.
Yes, yep.
It really is ideal that the Erlenmeyers, and what's this called?
So this is a flat, round bottom flask.
These are the ones that I have at my house. And this is actually the original one. Your grandma gave this to me for Christmas, probably 5 or 6 years ago, and so he's done well. But if he doesn't roll around a lot, he gets flat on one side.
So just as a chemist advice here, I would actually pour out some water, because the nice thing about the Erlenmeyers is we can swirl them like this. So if you have enough space at the top, then we can have some space to swirl, so you can move that ball around in there.
Okay, and see.
And then you can just add some more after you.
So now the other question that you made an observation that the sand in here looks like it's from where?
Yes, it looks like it's from Iceland. So all of the sand in Iceland is from the ash from all the volcanoes there. And so it's all these black sandy beaches that you walk through. And my husband and I just got back from a trip there, which was very, very incredible.
And they are native to Iceland.
Yes, yeah, which unfortunately we didn't see any.
And so this is how I experienced them. This was the first one I got, then I got some more. I have this container, and it's a closed container. So every 2 weeks we want to change their water. But they're little tiny moss balls that look like, but they're not really moss, okay? They're algae.
Yeah, but they're so cute.
But they're so
they
cute,
look
right?
Like moss balls,
right?
yeah.
So what I did was I just put a little bit of gravel down inside here.
And what does that do?
So it's just pretty.
Oh, okay.
Right? Thank you. Thank you. It's just pretty.
That's fine. That's
right?
fine.
Okay. So yeah, but these are all wash stones too. So I ran them through the dishwasher. And just to make sure that they were completely clean, because I didn't want any sediment.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And they're actually glass stones. So they're sea glass.
I mean, you definitely get the prettiness factor with the sea stones.
Right, right.
And it does look very nice.
And you're very, well, maybe that's too much water. But you're used to seeing them like this,
yeah.
right? So let's see, this guy, he'll fit in there. These were first discovered in Lake Zell in Austria in 1820.
Wow, okay.
But the name Marimo is from, or Marimo, both are correct.
Okay.
Is from Japan. And Mari means bouncy play ball. And mo is a generic term for plant.
Okay.
So Marimo is bouncy
Yeah,
ball
I mean, that's
plant.
exactly what these things are.
Right. So they do grow, so they'll get bigger. And they get their nutrients from the water. So it's just that the algae is growing, and I guess just because they really truly are an algae, not a moss. And so they will get bigger.
I do love having these in our home because it is a living plant that if I do forget to change the water every 2 weeks, they're pretty durable.
Forgiving,
yeah,
right,
they continue to live, they continue to do their thing, and then every once in a while we change their water and they still look great.
Let's see if I can
that
get
one
one
might
more.
go in there.
That one's gonna go in there. But then you can put a tillandsia on top.
Oh.
And then that you just missed.
Okay.
So it's like, it's
So
cute.
another easy thing I can do.
It's a cute little, it's a very decorative display. So yeah, it's cute though. I love it. I have a tradition with Life in Bloom.
Okay.
We do flower crowns.
Oh,
but today I have a foliage crown with a moss ball in it for you, right?
Yes.
So this is for you, for coming and playing
Thank
Marimos
you.
with me. And I'm gonna send some home with you.
Oh,
You gonna take them?
yay,
All right,
thank you.
good. Thanks so much.
I'm really excited to bring these to my students in my classroom just for them to kind of look and play with.
I think that's a wonderful idea. We can use fresh moss to create decorative objects for our home. Here's some simple tips to show you how to make these fun decorative accessories. We'll start with moss. The moss is typically dry, so what I do is I wet it and I squeeze it out. That makes it much more pliable. Then we can take styrofoam objects like eggs or spheres and cover them with moss. Yesterday, I built a little sculpture using my spheres and my eggs to create a little rabbit. I stuck the pieces together with toothpicks, and then I used this same technique to create our little moss bunny. We use the wet moss, and we find a piece that's gonna be about the right size to cover up the whole sphere. Just kind of mold it into shape to make sure it's gonna cover everything. Then we'll use our craft covered wire and we'll bring it around and twist it into place. That'll ensure that it's gonna stay in place while we do the rest of the wrapping. So then we start to wrap it around, making sure that it's nice and tight and holding the moss in place. If we have an area like this that's not completely covered, we can grab a piece of moss, place it on top, and keep wrapping. It's a very forgiving method. It's a great way for us to create fun decorations for our home. To secure this in place, we'll make a loop and then wrap it around and twist that together. Then we can use our scissors to trim it up. This was especially important for a little bunny rabbit because it allowed us to give him a specific shape and form. The great part about these accessories is that they're foam on the inside, so we can cut permanent botanical flowers and place them directly into the objects. It's great for our bunny and for these eggs. These also dry and they're long lasting. Be sure that you protect any fine finishes because right now they're still wet, but they will dry. Sometimes moss will lose its color as it dries out, but we can make moss look fresh again by using food coloring and rubbing alcohol. Fill a sprayer with rubbing alcohol and put in 8 drops of yellow and 1 drop of green. Then mist your moss to give it a fresh look again. Hellebore, also known as the Christmas rose, was first referenced in the 18th century because of its resemblance to a single-petal rose. The botanical name is hellebores. Hellebores are not related to the rose at all, but are actually a member of the buttercup family. The foliage of hellebores is evergreen, and there is no need to trim them back in the winter. They may even bloom when covered with snow when the temperatures are right. While the black roots are considered poisonous, the flowers and stems are safe to handle. Hellebores are tough, low-maintenance flowers that prefer dappled shade. They're even deer and rabbit resistant. We hope we've inspired you to experience the gifts of the forest in your everyday life. For Life in Bloom, I'm J Schwanke. See you next time.
Kind of bring it up slowly.
Okay.
Or can follow it.
Okay.
Christmas dramatic music.
Dun, dun, dun.
Alright. Everybody ready?
Ready.
Alright.
It tastes like Christmas. I know that's weird, but it tastes like Christmas.
Do that one more time.
J Schwanke's Life in Bloom is filmed in Grand Rapids, Michigan.